Alright, so I'm going to be repotting this plant here. My orchid looks like it's got, a bit of damage, and the flower spikes already done with. So this is actually easily coming out. It has a bit of an odor, and I can see here the plug is there. I'm going to just gently remove that. And this is the spike. I'm just gonna undo these. All right, so this plant has recently lost 2 leaves. I didn't cut them off. They basically fell on their own. So I'm gonna give this a quick rinse. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to cut the flower spike. So this has already been sterilized. All right, I'm actually gonna cut it down just a little bit. Anyways, I'll just leave it like that. I'm gonna give this a quick rinse, and I can already feel just by touching this that some of the roots are gone. Like, I can feel this is kind of like squishy. I'll be cutting some of this off, so I'll be right back. All right, so I just finished rinsing my orchid, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray it with some hydrogen peroxide 3%. I've seen this done before by Miss Orchid Girl. She has had snail problems in the past, and she's basically recommended to do this, and she's tested it and has said that it's safe for the plant. So that's what I'm doing here, just to disinfect it in case it has any fungus or anything like that. All right, so I just gave it a good little spray. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute or so, and then what I'm gonna do is begin to cut the rest of these little stringy little roots. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. All right, so it's been sitting here for a minute, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to analyze the roots. So for example, all of this is very stringy. You're gonna wanna cut that off. It does have a lot of healthy roots, and it does have some unhealthy roots. I saw a video where she did say that if you have something like this, and if, it's stringy here, but then it has like this firm part on there, it's okay to keep if you don't have many roots. However, I have plenty of roots, so I'm going to be getting rid of anything that just feels squishy. Like, this doesn't feel good. I'm gonna be cutting all of that off. And yes. And it still has some of the stuff on there. Some of the old potting mix. Okay, this is really looking bad. I'm just gonna cut there. I know that trimming roots promotes new growth, so hopefully this will promote some newer growth on my orchid, some more healthy leaves. I'm sorry, well, yeah, more healthy roots, and it just finished flowering. All right, so I just finished washing my plant. So this is what I kept as far as roots. These are all of the healthier looking roots. I still feel like I wasn't able to remove all of the old medium, which is pretty typical when you have it in bark, that it may get stuck if it stays in there for some time. So this is what I managed to save, and I didn't want to bother like scratching it and causing, you know, damage to them. These were the ones that look the healthiest to me. And yeah, so, and then this is what I ended up removing. All of these were very stringy, and some of them, they still had the old medium. This is like so squishy. You see that? So this was really nasty. These needed to come off. They weren't doing anything for the plant, and unfortunately this was gonna start breaking down in the medium, so we didn't want that. So what I'm going to do is I soak these overnight and I drain them, and then I just put them in water just so I can have it in water. But I'm going to be switching this to, I think these are called Leica clay. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to be using now for my orchid. I'm just going to put like a small base. I'm not sure. This was the pot that it was in, and I did disinfect it as well. This is about how much I'm putting in there just to start off with. Let's see. I think having it like that would be good. So I'm just gonna keep it like this, and let's see. I'm gonna try to arrange it nicely. I'm trying to fill it in from this little area here. It's got like an opening. I think had I kept a majority of the roots, or like if a majority of the roots had been healthy, I would need a larger pot, but because the previous pot, I'm sorry, because majority of the roots were gone, like about 50% of them, I feel like they can comfortably fit here still. I'll analyze again. I mean, right now it's November, so I'll take a look at the plant again in the springtime, and then if I need to put it in a larger pot, then I have the option then, and it's like less stressful for the plant because it's not bark, it's not, you know, getting attached to it. This it doesn't do that with these little clay pebbles. So let me start pushing some of these down. So this is the orchid after I fully potted it. You can see the roots look super healthy in there. They look really nice and green, really healthy. It's my first time ever putting or using this type of medium. I've had orchids before. I had about like 10 orchids or so back when I was in Houston, but I left them behind, and I think this is the first orchid that I buy here. So that's what it looks like. She's looking really healthy, to be honest. I am really happy that I did this. I think that she will definitely appreciate it. And it's tilting a little bit to this side, but to be honest, like, I don't really mind. I feel like it's fine. She looks fine. If at any point I start seeing that, you know, it becomes an issue and it tries to tip over the pot, then I might try to rearrange it, but I think she looks pretty happy overall. Removed all of the dead roots that were gonna start decomposing in the medium. And yeah, this is what she's looking like. She'll be really happy, and I'll keep keeping an eye on her, and I'll see how she's doing in the springtime, and if in the springtime she needs another repot into a larger container, then I'll go ahead and do that. But for now, I think it's fine for the next couple of months. I don't think that she will grow tremendously, you know what I mean? So anyways, so I decided to keep the orchid in the decorative pot. One of the reasons why I didn't want to keep it in the decorative pot was because I wanted to have quick access to the plant to see the roots, to see how they were doing in case I needed to make changes. And also because the decorative pot was kind of making it hard for me to remove the inner pot, the clear one. So what I did was I ended up putting a tiny, so one of those little planters over there. I can't think of the name of what you call that right now, but I ended up putting one of those clay things on the bottom so that it could be raised. So now if I want to check on the roots, it'll be easy for me to do that. All I have to do is grab it here and it's no longer stuck. So I think that would work just fine because now it still looks cute, but I also still have easy access to the roots. So yeah.